Hi everyone, this is the Reverend Tom Muller. I'm the managing editor of Our Daily Bread at spiritualquesters.org, which features meditations and sermons from the Swedenborgian Church of North America. And I just wanted to send out a little quick video and invite you all visually and verbally to this year's General Convention of the Swedenborgian Church of North America, which is happening this coming weekend, June 26th through June 28th, and it'll be happening virtually, mostly on Facebook. And I just felt like sending out a quick message and letting you know that there's been a lot of work that's gone into this convention, and although if you're like me, you may be disappointed and sad that we are not meeting in person this year, I do think that this convention this year will be an extra special opportunity for us to connect in unique ways. So it's really worth tuning in. Really encourage you to do that. The easiest way, if you have Facebook, would be to go to our annual convention Facebook page. You would simply type in Annual Swedenborgian Church Convention. Otherwise, you can go to swedenborg.org and you can click on the convention link there. We'll have a lot of really cool stuff going on that'll be accessible to you, of course, regardless of any kind of registration or sign up. You can just simply tune in. We'll have 7 mini courses. We'll have a mini course from the Reverends Sage Cole, David Feckety, Rich Toffel, Anna Woofenden. We'll have our Swedenborgian scholars from the Center for Swedenborgian Studies in Berkeley speak, including Jim Lawrence, Devin Zuber, Rebecca Esterson. We'll have a keynote address by the Reverend Dr. George Stoll, who many of you are familiar with. Really looking forward to that. We'll have a president's report from Reverend Jane Siebert, and there'll just be lots of opportunities for meditations, services, and ways to actually interact with each other. Now, if you have access to Facebook and if you're fairly comfortable with it, and you know people in your community who might not be, I would highly suggest that perhaps you get together with them, maybe call them on the phone, find out ways to share access to this convention with folks who are less familiar with the internet. I don't know if you're comfortable maybe inviting someone over for a viewing party, if that is can be done safely in the circumstances of the time. But either way, I'd love for us to reach out to those who might have a bit more difficulty accessing convention. Now, as I mentioned before, I think for a lot of us, it's kind of a mixed bag. We may be looking forward to this convention, but we may also feel that kind of disappointment of not being there together in person. A lot of the connections that happen, in the hallways and at lunch and so forth. But I think that with this theme of this year's convention, which is transcending time and space, we kind of have an opportunity to, in some ways, connect more deeply with each other. And there's obviously the element of being able to reach folks who are not physically at the convention in a unique way, rather than people having to travel across the country to get there. And then there's the element that I think is special to us as Swedenborgians, the idea that we can in fact be in spiritual community whilst being physically apart. The idea that we can all tune in to a spiritual state of community, of contemplation, of celebration, and get in touch with each other that way on a very tangible spiritual level. I'd like to quote section 29 of Swedenborg's work, True Christianity, where he writes, "In the spiritual world, there are no physical units of space or corresponding units of time, yet there appear to be. Apparent space and time follow the different states of mind that spirits and angels go through there." So as we hopefully consider tuning in and participating in this year's General Convention of the Swedenborgian Church, let's bear that in mind. Let's see if we can use this as an opportunity to connect even more deeply with each other on a natural level and on a spiritual level. So I hope to see you this weekend at convention. Really looking forward to it, and sending lots of love and light your way. Thank you so much. Bye.